I do have the same scene shot with ARRI Log C and the V-Log, but the ARRI Log C looks so much better. Honestly, let me show you. Something that is not getting enough attention in this camera, that is the ability to use a dynamic range boost in every ISO mode. Honestly, that was like, I got my hand on the Lumix GH7. This baby comes with 32-bit float recording with an accessory, of course, and you also have internal ProRes Raw, and you can shoot also normal ProRes. You also have ARRI Log C, which we are gonna talk more about later in this video. Basically, this camera has some cool video-centric feature that you might like. So if you are curious what this camera can do, let's dive in and find out. If you are looking for the best camera in the Micro Four Third ecosystem, you are looking at one right now. Listen to this. For the first time, you are getting phase detection autofocus in the GH series, and honestly, it is very fast and accurate. And obviously, from using the S9 and S5 Mark II, this works so well. You can also track animal trend and eyes and so much more. After using this camera for some time, something that I've noticed is that there are a few tracking limitations when shooting in slow motion. Basically, when you are doing above 60 frames per second, you lose the tracking ability. More about that later. When it comes to recording format, this camera gives you the ability to shoot ProRes Raw up to 5.7K all internal, which means there is no need to buy any Atomos or any other monitor recorder that you usually use, because this camera does everything internally. And also, if you basically feel like you don't really want to shoot ProRes Raw, you can also shoot ProRes, and you do also have the option to shoot MOV and MP4. And the best thing that I do like about this camera is that all these different recording formats give you so many frame rate and resolution that you can pick up from. So it's all up to you and your project. You can record everything into a CF Express, or you can use SD card. Not only that, you can also capture everything using an external SSD, which might be the best option for some filmmakers, because you know, as filmmakers, we usually have something like the Samsung T5 just sitting there. By the way, just so you know, my Samsung T5 does struggle to get the highest resolution, which is 5.8K, due to needing the proper write speed. And that is why I like using CFast Express, because it is very durable and you can't be tricked like some SD cards that they lie to you and tell you this is the speed of the SD card, but when you really put it inside the camera, you find that these people are lying. So again, I do like CF Express because it does handle and accommodate the highest resolution that this camera can offer. Also, CF Express always accommodate fast readout to put up with the speed that 5.7K ProRes Raw offers. Speaking about ProRes Raw, I do like it, but honestly, I would rather prefer something very flexible like Blackmagic Raw, because it's very easy to use, especially when you're editing in Resolve, Premiere Pro, or any other software. The reason why I'm saying this is because most of the time when I shoot in ProRes Raw, I always have to convert it from ProRes Raw to Cinema DNG, so basically it can work in a way that I am used to, also so I can keep that 12-bit color depth and raw panel basically without lossless, so I can keep all the raw information, which is something that can be a pain in the ass when you have a few terabytes to deal with. But hey, I am happy using ProRes Raw, and if I need that extra flexibility, I'm just gonna shoot Blackmagic Raw because the Lumix GH7 allows you to do that. And honestly, if you see anyone complaining about this camera, I do have a question for them. Number one, can you tell me what camera gives you the ability to shoot ProRes internal, Blackmagic Raw external, and ProRes Raw internal, and also ARRI Log C? If you know any, comment below. This is another feature that isn't talked about that much that help you in terms of recording and delivery efficiency to manage that 5.8K or any other resolution that you might be shooting, and that is the proxy recording. Listen, I'm used to seeing this in more expensive cameras, but it's a great addition to have in the Lumix GH7, and it does help you so much, and honestly it's just something that I like. Another thing that I do like about the Lumix GH7, that is the ability to get 5.8K open gate when you're shooting in MOV. This is great because one, you actually have the whole sensor readout, which means you can reframe, repurpose your deliverable and have extra room for framing depending on how you see the shot fitting. There is something helpful that this camera has that needs to be mentioned a lot, and if you happen to shoot weddings, corporate video, music videos, documentary, or you heavily rely on getting the best sound quality on a small or bigger production, then you are going to like the 32-bit float recording. Obviously you do need an accessory, but that's going to be very handy because you can basically get professional video and professional sound in a very small and nimble camera setup, which is fantastic. Before I tell you my absolute favorite thing about this camera, which is of course ARRI Log C, I will tell you why this is very important for you and me as a filmmaker. Also, what is more important is if you would take your time and give this video a like and subscribe. And honestly, if you just done that or you have done that, I really appreciate you because that is very encouraging and very helpful. Speaking about what is helpful is that with the Lumix GH7, you can now shoot 4K 120 FPS without no crop, which is very good. And I know Panasonic users have been waiting for this for so long, especially those people that have been asking for this in the S5 Mark II and S5 IIX. Now, another thing that I do like about the GH7 is that you can do 1080p up to 200 frames per second, which is good, but I know you guys are not focusing on the 200 frames per second because it is in 1080p. You do prefer that crisp 4K. Now let's talk about the autofocus limitation that I mentioned earlier. So basically, when I shoot in 24 frames or under 30, I do have eye tracking, face, human car train. It tracks everything and you can see it on your screen. And when you do 60 or above 50, I lose the tracking limitation. This is not a big deal because one, everything it's still in focus and the autofocus works just great, but I just lose that tracking icon on my screen. This might be me or there's something that I might be doing wrong. If you are experiencing the same thing, please comment below and let me know. But again, that is not a big deal at all. Something that I do like about the Lumix GH7 is that this is a video-centric camera that have everything that you need and basically things that you never know you needed, but it is here. So let's talk about ARRI Log C for a minute. First of all, this is the first time ARRI have done this, where they have licensed their ARRI Log C to another camera manufacturer. But you might be asking yourself, what does this mean to ARRI? What does this mean to Lumix? And what does this mean to you and me as consumer? Well, let me explain. First of all, let's start with ARRI. This honestly shows ARRI willingness to first collaborate with other companies and also allow their technology to be accessible by so many other filmmakers, which is very good. And honestly, a camera like this to have access to ARRI Log C, that is something good that we all should applaud ARRI and Lumix for. This is also something that I do like about ARRI, with their mission to contribute to the motion picture industry and make sure that their technology is being used by everyone and very accessible. Also, what does that mean to you as a user? Well, one thing that I was saying to myself is that for whenever reason that ARRI and Lumix decided to collaborate, we the consumer are the one that are benefiting more in this, because now I can just hire one Alexa and I would get 1 or 2 GH7 and I'll be able to shoot my commercial or my short film or features and basically have an ARRI Log C3 profile that I can match in post for easy color grading, and you can also just basically get that ARRI look everywhere. Wait, how does this make sense? So basically I did shoot the same scene, same lighting, one with ARRI Log C and another one with Vlog, but guess what? The ARRI Log C looks mwah. That's why you need to get ARRI Log C. And what I did was actually very simple. So basically I did have one adjustment layer. This is a white balance and saturation, and I just apply the Lumix LUT. And also on the ARRI I did the same thing, and honestly I do like how the ARRI looks so much, and I'm guessing this is why there's so much that contribute to the ARRI look, and most of it lie in their sensor capability, image processing, scene-based encoding, and honestly the ARRI secret that we don't know. But that doesn't mean you can't go and use your ARRI Log C in another camera. Yes, you can, but you are just getting a different process or image processing, and that's what we are seeing with the Lumix GH7. Honestly, when you try this for yourself, you will get what I mean. Let's get back into the video. When I got my hand on this camera, I was very impressed by its build quality. Basically every button and functionality is very accessible, and it is just where it's easy to reach, which is very good. The screen, it's very unique in its own way. You also have the full-size HDMI, and this is where you can get that external Blackmagic Raw, or you can also power your camera here using the USB-C. And another thing that I do like about this, because obviously it has ARRI Log C, you can use between shutter speed and shutter angle. I mostly use shutter angle because that is what I'm used to, and now that pairing this camera with an Alexa, shutter angle is very important. And another thing is that you do have every exposure tool that you might think about: focus, false color, zebra, and basically everything. It is there when you need it. And the option with recording, it's endless. Just pick what you need and honestly go and shoot. I also like that you do have fan mode. That's actually something that I noticed, because I have fan mode in my Red, and I can actually set my fan level to how I want to, and you can do that in the Lumix GH7, which means they are actually giving you a camera that is very capable. This short film has over 3 fight scenes. We do have one happening indoor, another one happening outside but was very dark, and another one happening inside the school. And what I wanted was a camera that will keep up. So guys, that is all for today. But guys, I've just finished doing 2 short features with the Lumix S5 2X. I will leave that video here when it's available. Also, if you want to check my S9 video, I will leave it here. So thank you so much for watching. See you when I see you.